I'm actually at a point in the video where I feel like I'm not even moaning anymore, but I'm more reminiscing on all of the mistakes that I've made since I arrived here. And there's no words that can describe how dead against something like that I really am, because you're gonna get stung, you're gonna get hurt emotionally, financially, just all across the board. It is just not a good idea, fellas. Hello, welcome, Swadika. My name is Rob, and today I'm going to be giving you 13 reasons why you should not visit the Kingdom of Thailand. Yes, it's coming up to the middle of 2025, and I'm telling you the reasons why not to come. Now, I'm just out and about kind of doing my thing, exploring kind of abandoned areas. I've got like some mansions all along the street here that look absolutely incredible, and some are actually lived in, but for the most part, they kind of get built and then abandoned. I'm not too sure for the reason for that. It's in the Seacon Square area. You can get here on the Yellow Line MRT. I was checking out the shopping malls actually, because I'm trying to work out who they're for, and I've actually found the answer, so I'll be making a video on that shortly. But back to the video topic, and it's not to put like any shade on people coming here to Thailand or just to make a negative video just for the sake of making it. I genuinely have friends back in the UK that have visited Thailand multiple times, and I've asked them about it thinking they're going to be all excited the same as me, and they're like, nah, you know, it's okay. It's not for everyone. It is for the vast majority of people that visit. They come time and time and time again and absolutely love it. But there are some certain expectations that come along with it. I think some people get so hyped up about it when they arrive, it's not quite what they expect. So I'm going to run through some of these things right now. It's so I'm really interested in kind of be a bit nosy, actually looking into people's homes here when I'm looking about. I hope I don't get kicked out anytime soon. It just looks completely different. This is just off the main road as well. Now, the first thing, it's kind of like the main thing actually, and that's how people treat Bangkok, Thailand, whether it's Chiang Mai, whether it's Koh Phi Phi, or wherever you've gone to, Phuket, is treating Thailand like it's a resort. And I get it, you're on holiday, you're excited, you get off the plane and everyone's just super friendly straight away, as if you'd walk straight into a resort. So I kind of understand that holiday feeling, and then you're getting off the plane and wherever you go to, whether it's in Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai, and you're treated like they're getting paid to be nice to you. Fully understand that emotional mindset, but people really need to kind of like change that tune, because it seems to be getting more and more apparent that people are kind of not taking the piss, but they've been a little bit rude about it when they're here and they're getting this good service from the Thais. And I'm feeling like a little bit of a shift in not the attitude of the Thais, but they're kind of like it's taken for granted a little bit, their hospitality and their friendliness. So I do ask that people, you know, remind themselves before they come here to Thailand that this is people's homes. This is where people live, they work. And especially with Bangkok, is a mega city that's not built for people to come on holiday. It's a mega city that people visit, and they can come here on holiday and enjoy it like they're on holiday, but it's not a resort, so please keep that in mind. Check this one out. It's literally so overgrown, or they've probably put like a plantation in there. Sometimes they'll gate off like a fence or a community like this, and they'll put like a banana plantation in, just for like tax reasons and things like that. But this one you can see here is like completely overgrown. Maybe I'll buy it in the future. All right. I was actually kind of not interrupted, but the ladies actually lived in some of the houses behind. Politely kind of interrupted me and asked me what I was doing, which is fair enough. Spoke amazing English, and I showed them the channel and everything else, and they were concerned about their privacy, their safety, and the videos that I was taking of their houses. Now, I explained to them, you know, it's kind of in the background and it's nothing more than what, you know, Google Maps could see, but, you know, I kindly deleted everything and everything else. But it kind of made me think about this expectation of being able to communicate. Luckily, their English was absolutely incredible, and had they perhaps called the police, for example, and the police arrived, you'll find that it's not quite the Western, not even standard, but it's just a different way of doing things here. And the expectations here when people come here is that they can just call the police when an emergency goes on, whether it's, you know, medical or, you know, a burglary or something like that, and they'll get the same kind of treatment, or, you know, expect the same kind of response in terms of what they'll do about it, how quick they'll arrive. Or even if you think you're right and the person accusing you of something is wrong, things can be slightly different here. So you need to adjust your expectation when it comes to things like that. Get to a point where you know that you're not going to progress any further no matter how much you argue about it or talk about it, kind of like I just did then with the video. And I kindly said that I would remove the video clips of them, and she wanted absolutely all of my video clips deleted from the whole of the Seacon area, which is not going to happen, unfortunately. You have to kind of agree to disagree and politely just smile, say have a nice day, and get on with it. If you're unable to do that, perhaps Thailand's not really for you. And just for the record, I'm fully aware that the road that they're on is a private road, and in actual fact, me and Adam previously, we were exploring, we were on top of some other building. When we come back down, the police made us delete absolutely everything because that road was banned or prohibited from taking any photo or video whatsoever. Whether it's law or not, they can enforce things like that, and you are better off just kind of keeping the peace and keeping everyone happy, if you like it or not. Those who are on iPhone know that they can recover said files within their deleted files later on if they really need to, so you know there is that option too. All right, let's move on to the next one, and a bit of a topical one, and probably one that I can make a full video on, and it's thinking that Thailand's going to fix your problems. Man, and I'm going to sit down with a few other content creators, and pretty much everyone that kind of comes here and expecting Thailand to fix everything that's not even going wrong in their own life, but you know, when they come here on holiday and they just so chilled and relaxed, and they feel like all of their problems have, you know, kind of shed off them, and they move here. And I've done exactly the same, so you know, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm, you know, my own worst enemy when it comes to giving advice and things like that. And for the most part, the first year that I moved here, maybe even two, I thought, that showed you, just like these dogs, that my problems were all solved, you know, and the 99 problems that I had overnight pretty much gone, and you know, left with the one problem here and there, but you can't complain. But those problems don't seem like problems after so long, and before you know it, time goes on, and then you have 99 other problems that you never knew even existed. And I can assure you now, so many other expats and people that have moved here trying to solve their problems, they probably have more problems now than they did before they left. So don't try and move here thinking it's going to solve everything. Try and solve some of those problems before you move, and then come. Love these like fruit and veg trucks. Like, they come literally straight from the farm. I've mentioned it previous times, and this is where you get all like the best deals, and obviously it's literally just driven straight from the farm to here, and whatever they have left over they'll probably use for their own dinner tonight. So yeah, check those out if you ever see them. Not many of them have tannoys, or maybe I've just not noticed them so much, but especially around in the local area where I'm living now, there just seems to be like more and more. And this is what I like moving further out and experiencing this, because you don't get that in the city. You're not going to get that in, you know, Ashton, in a Soak or Sukhumvit or anywhere like that. They're always out this little bit further out in the city. So I'm kind of appreciating this experience I'm getting living out here. All right, speaking of mistakes, and I make all these mistakes for you so that you don't have to, and that's coming to Thailand to try and specifically find a Thai wife. Lads, I've been there. I've been that lonely guy that's had, you know, the Thai women so beautiful, they're interested, you're like, right, you want to find yourself, you know, a decent woman to go forward with, but some of you guys are searching for a wife within like a 2-3 week period, or you're planning your holidays specifically to come out here to try and find Thai wives. You're going on websites that are specifically advertising that you can find a Thai wife, and there's no words that can describe how dead against something like that I really am, because you're gonna get stung, you're gonna get hurt emotionally, financially, just all across the board. It is just not a good idea, fellas. If you meet someone whilst you're out here, just randomly walking the streets like I am now, that is going to be the best way for you to meet someone, I swear. Not going on the dating sites and within 2 weeks falling in love, because for the most part, that person might seem like the nicest woman in the entire world, but we can all be the nicest person in the world for a 2-week period. Fortunately, it happens time and time again, especially with retirees. They come here and, you know, they're lonely back in the West and they want to meet these lovely ladies, and absolutely, why not? You can do that, but please just take your time and don't plan it. You can't plan love, you can't plan having a wife. And if you're on the side of the fence where you think you can do that, then I don't know, what can I say to you fellas? What can I say? I would be dead against traveling to Thailand specifically for that reason, and I'd avoid any websites that actively saying, you know, find your wife here, because you can't buy love, fellas. You can't buy love, except for the love for this channel. So, you know, leave yourself a like and subscribe if you love the content on today's video. Do you know what? I was just walking along and I bet there's been more true love found in Thailand at these wash places than anywhere before, and it will be as simple as that, fellas. It'll be the simplest places that you go to get your coffee, to go do your washing, where you'd normally be alone, and there'll be other people that are living alone as well doing exactly the same thing. That is the best way to date, and that is the best way to meet people here in Thailand. It's all them websites trying to sell your wives. It just ain't gonna work. He was sensible. He done it my way and went to the laundrette and got himself a wife. That's why he can afford himself a Bentley. All right, next one is, well, a bit of a personal one actually, and it's about mental health. All across the world now, everyone's talking about mental health. They're opening up. It's becoming a bit more of a common thing to do. That said, it seems to be a bit overcommon now, and people are just saying they have mental health problems just, I don't know, just to join in. I digress. Here in Thailand, it's not really a talked about thing. It's not something they even intend to add to, you know, their education system. If you talk about depression, anxiety and everything else, they're kind of, I don't know whether they're just kind of over it or they don't understand it. They've not discussed it. Whether it's a taboo subject here, I'm not too sure. But if you try to discuss it with people here, or even with medical professionals, through my personal experience, through multiple different kind of conversations or hospitals or whatever, it's not quite understood as it is in the West. So do be aware of that. It's not that they don't care or anything like that, or they don't suffer from it. It's just that they have a different view on life, a different outlook, a different aspect on things here. Perhaps you can reach out to other expat groups here if that helps you, if you're struggling with something like that. Personally, I'm okay with things like that, but I have noticed that it seems to be a bit more of a less talked about subject, as if it doesn't exist. So if you do struggle with mental health problems and things like that, and you need someone here to understand that, it could be a little bit difficult for you. So, you know, do be aware of that before you come. I've absolutely no idea where I am, by the way. I'm literally just walking in circles down the road. There's just interesting stuff wherever you look. So if you're wondering like what it's like to be in Thailand or Bangkok, just walking around, or how I find anywhere, I don't find anywhere. It kind of finds me, and I don't know, for me, I find this interesting. It's something new. There's always something new around the corner. It's not like kind of in the UK, every, you know, corner shops kind of looks the same now. It's all got Boots, the Starbucks, the same laundrette, just absolutely everything over and over again. Here it's kind of like something new everywhere you turn, and I absolutely love it. And well, it's how I find like little places like this, like kind of little night market spots to come and eat. And then you can see here, no idea, just random cool stuff to check out absolutely everywhere. I love it. All right, another one, and it's not so much a don't do it, but it's more change your perception. And this doesn't really count for people that have been to Thailand before, because you already know, you're probably already out of that kind of phase. But for new people that have not been to Thailand before, and you're watching these videos to get like a perception, an idea of what's going on and what to expect, let go of your Western perceptions as much as possible. Even though you're kind of getting your perception from a Westerner, kind of living like a Western lifestyle here slightly, it's very difficult for people to let go of those perceptions. The one I hear the most, and just kind of agitates me quite often, is everyone harping on about ladyboys. Like, no one cares. It would be like me coming to the UK or the US and going, women. Like, you just be like, what on earth are you on about? And it would be embarrassing and a bit pointless. It's kind of the same here. And after a while, when you hear it, you cringe, and you don't want to be anywhere near that person whatsoever. Not only things like that, it's things like the food, the street food, going, oh, you know, it doesn't look very clean, but at least you can see them cooking it. Behind the scenes, you can't see them cooking it, but you seem to trust it a little bit more. It's all of these kind of Western stereotypes that I was brought up with, that I first come here and I used to do the same thing. I used to moan about the street food. I've done all of the things that I'm telling you not to do now. So like I said, I've made all of these mistakes already. It's not just me trying to be a snobby, pretentious Westerner. I've done all of these things, I can assure you, and probably way more mistakes. And I'm trying to just kind of advise you on my experience and things that I've learned along the way that I think you can benefit from as well. So, massive hypocrite, trust me. Now, I'm talking about things not what to do when I do it all the time. It's walking around in the sunlight like this for hours on end. The heat here could be unbearable, and usually by about day 2 on your holiday, you feel a bit sick. Like in your gut, you feel sick, and inevitably, you're probably going to blame the food. You think, oh, it's something I've eaten. Normally, it's just a climate change thing. The heat on your, even on your head and your arms and everything else, it is brutal here. And even 3 years in, I've not acclimatized. So wear a cap if you can. Take an umbrella. Like, no matter whether it's rain or shine, just take an umbrella and kind of hide underneath it, and you can come out and enjoy the weather like this without worrying about feeling sick at the end of the day. So yeah, do as I say, not as I do. I'm actually at a point in the video where I feel like I'm not even moaning anymore, but I'm more reminiscing on all of the mistakes that I've made since I arrived here. So yeah, it's more of a look back at the history of Project Bangkok and Rob, more than letting you guys know what not to do. All right, and the number one thing that you cannot do here in the Kingdom of Thailand is get this far into one of my videos and not hit the like or subscribe button already. What are you guys doing? let me know in the comments down below what you think about today's kind of list of all my mistakes I've made, so that you guys don't have to, and kind of let's share and experience it all together. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everybody.